sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field.
They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up
with the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Play action. Garoppolo. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now it's Wilson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
Now Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Bo Scarborough. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive. And now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. Bulldozes past him. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
They'll run for it with Bo Scarborough. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So Wilson heads to the sideline, and on comes Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Play action. Now Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. 8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie first-rounder, Jamin Davis.
And now the rookie's free.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point safely through. And the lead is down to a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
The shot on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Up from his safety spot to charge in and make the play, Landon Collins. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to...
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Jordan Brooks with him. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
They run. This is Scarborough. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And it looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo
slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett.
fielded at about the 28.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And some space here. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. They're making the stop. Jonathan Bostic, leading tackler for Washington last year. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Myers' kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First throw now for the backup Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive starts on the ground with Scarborough, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start things on first down with Bo Scarborough. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. His carries tonight, they're getting up there. So maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Play action. It's Wilson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. touchdown, Seattle.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Seahawks 27, Washington 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Throwing now is Garoppolo.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half. Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line.
Touchdown, Washington. You're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with a long one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, You're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
He's going to go deep for Funchess. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. The throw over the middle taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go play action now. Wilson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 108 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. There's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And Myers able to knock it through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. 21. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now If you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A big play there. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Here's Wilson to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Jamin Davis, the rookie first-round pick, in on the tackle. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. It's Scarborough again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And yet again, it's McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 42.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Here we go. Black 80!
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Washington, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.